Hello there, it's me, earthmanbrick. We're back with another TTCombat kit. Here we go, MDF kit. And it's the Santuary Junction home. Part of the City Streets range. Hence the... And it says it's 25mm, but it's actually closer to 28 to 32mm scale. And it comes on 4 MDF sheets. So, looks like we won't be getting a whole lot of push-outs, but seems like a simplistic enough design. Looks like we're going to have to cover up a lot of this roof. Fortunately, we're going to be copying a build we've done already. Mainly this one, the Santuary precision set. This one's going to be a hell of a lot smaller because this is like half the amount of sheets, as well as yeah, it's a lot less complicated, so we should be able to burn through it relatively quickly. And we'll be using the same techniques of like making up the roof tiles, so we've got plenty of those. Then just cereal box card, draw the lines on, and then cut them into thin strips. And we've got the little crowns here as well, which will just be on the top of the thing, just to hide the tops of the tiles. And what else will we be adding? Oh yes, much like we've got here, we'll be adding acetate for the windows, and probably just fuzzing them up. Color scheme wise, I'm going to try and not paint as much of it as I can, so I think we're going to go with the blue trim, same way we've done here. So it'll be probably a case of using a light blue marker pen or something just to go around and do these lines and things, and then leave the rest beige. Probably just give it a light stipple of white with a brush, and job should be a good one. So yeah, I think I'll do the stippling. I'll still on the sprue frame, and I'll just get cracking on with it. So that's the plan. I'm just gonna fire it away. So bye for now. See you again soon. Hello there. We're back. And yes, this is the Sarissa Precision one we've done previously. I've kept this one here just for comparison, so you can see how it compares with this other one we built, which is the Santuary Junction home from TTCombat. And before I go on to our build and show the final reveal, this is what's left of the sprue frames. So we've got the 3 of the sprue frames here, and I chopped another one up, so that's all that's left of it. No push outs, I'm afraid. That was it. And here is our build, all done and dusted. And I'll just move this thing out the way so we can pop it over here. What we've done is, with the sprues and whatnot, we put in whilst everything was still on the sprue frame, I painted them, as well as add on I used marker pens to make these lines, just Sharpies, to colour in the door. And all I did was stipple white. So that's still the natural MDF colour, you know, that sort of colour there, the beige, just with white stippled on it. And I think that's worked out nicely. I think we did more or less the same with this one. And yeah, they look like they belong in the same neighbourhood, so results really. We've added on shingles, much like we did with this previous one here. And yeah, they've turned out proper nice. I didn't bother with the crowns because there were these flat bits along the top already, so I just lined up with the tiles, and yeah, doesn't need a crown. Looks fantastic. I did put some card because there was some unsightly seams here and here. You can see it on this thing here. Look at that. Some awful looking seams. So little bits of card and a bit of cable tie there as well. Added some much needed reinforcement, as well as tidying up those edges, and yeah, definite improvement there. I've not bothered trying to sort of hide the windows because you don't really get to look out of them unless you're looking at it this kind of angle, and if you've got it on a table, you're never going to look at it from that angle, so you'd be looking at it from up here, in which case, yeah, you get the effect of the window, but you don't need to see anything inside. Unfortunately, I did glue the roof on permanently when I was sticking on the tiles, so I can't open this at all. I've added some grassy tufts here and there as well. There's some mossy ones. They're nice and short and stubbly, much like a beard. So yeah, there's a few of them just dotted around. I think it's a case of less is more. Just a few little bits just to add some character. And what we've also done is we've added some olive green, just subtle little bits here and there. You can kind of see a bit of the olive green there. Just to sort of break up a few bits with colour. And more or less see it, a lot more of it here, the olive green. And again, it's just to sort of break it up a little bit. So it's not all totally plain. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with those results. Now, I did chop up one of the empty sprue frames and made these planters, because we made planters with this one as well, but we've made the planter beds a lot bigger because I've had a lot of these flowery sort of grass tufts and never really had a chance to use them, so I've made a couple of small flower beds there. Let's see how they look just in front of the windows there. Let's propaganda a bit closer. Yeah, that's a treat. Very nice. Now, if I didn't seal the roof on, I'd be able to store them in the interior quite nicely, but since I can't, I'll just have to stack them in this one at some point. But yeah, would I recommend this kit? Let me just get this bad boy up so you can see the full comparison. Would I recommend this kit? Absolutely. Great value for money. Perfect. But that's all I've got for you today, so thanks again for watching, and bye.